Hello and welcome to Beginning Engineers. Today I'm going to be discussing very briefly the magic of cardboard cells, how cheap prototyping can save the day. So you hear cardboard cell and you might be thinking, what? Why? Well, in a production facility, if a new cell is being planned and a set layout has been agreed upon, or really even before that phase, this is ideal. First, replicate the machines and equipment with cardboard. So when I say replicate, I mean do the actual sizes. Don't put a big box up and say, this is close enough to a press size. No, get as exact as you can without being super accurate. I mean, you don't have to be down to the hundredth of an inch, but you will want to be within half an inch or so, I would say. The same goes for everything in the cell. So if you're going to have additional shelving units or places where you're going to put tools, make sure you include those in your fake cardboard cell as well. Don't just do the huge machines. Include everything else. So you really begin to think about, 5S, where you position things, items like that. The next step of a cardboard cell, once you have pretty accurate replicas of all the machines and equipment and tooling, then you need operators to pretend they're running the cell, which is a little goofy at first, but they get used to it. So using previous time data that your industrial engineers have collected, or if the manufacturers of the equipment tell you how long it takes to run the machine, begin having your operators pretend to run the cardboard parts, as though they were actually creating parts. So why would you even want to do this? Well, the underlying principle is this. The cost to make a change increases dramatically with each step of the production process. So you start from ideation, customer discovery, or your sales team meets with the customer and determines, hey, what product do you need? Or they receive the prints, okay? That initial planning takes a certain amount of cost. You have to pay people, you have to buy the software. Prototyping costs even more effort, more time, materials. Pre-production, where you begin to make small batches to send to the customer as part of a production part approval process. That takes even more money because you're actually producing a good handful of parts. You're involving operators, additional engineers. Then once you're in full production, that costs even more money. You're involving more people, thousands or millions of dollars of material are involved. Production engineers, you're using equipment more full time, so there's wear and tear. And then that's pretty much it. But it doesn't just increase linearly, so it's not like a one-to-one relationship. It's more of an exponential curve. In the beginning, it's cheaper to do these things. Changes, although they may take the same amount of time as they take later on, they're dramatically more expensive. And generally, too, the further along you are in the process, the more time it will take to make a change. So with this in mind, you want to be as cost effective with your money as possible. You want the most benefits out of the money you're spending. So putting a little more effort into these things up front can save you a lot of headaches down the road. You make this cardboard cell, you have people run it, and you might discover, oh, there's a utility pole in our way. Maybe it hits part of the electrical system. Or maybe the operators say it's a little awkward to have these machines too close. Let's scoot them apart. Or maybe two of your operators will be bumping into each other. It's such small little things you might laugh at and think, oh, that's not a big deal. But later on, if it becomes a problem, it takes time and effort. And if you're in full production mode, that's downtime, which gets very expensive. There are additional benefits other than saving money. But I will say, money is huge. You put in a little bit of effort, and the savings are usually multiplied 2 or 3 times as much. Because otherwise, if you have to make those fixes later on, it's way more expensive. So it's kind of a process insurance you can do in the beginning. But the other benefits are just as great as well. You have increased operator involvement, so get your operators involved. And this is an underlying belief in a lot of good quality systems. Lean manufacturing, Toyota production system, they really seek to get operators involved, help catch a lot of the root cause issues immediately. Tying into catching problems early, implementing a new cell in general is a great time to fix some facility issues. And you would catch this with a cardboard cell, because you would say, well, okay, our fake machine's here, but where are the plugs when we actually have a real machine here? So that gives your facilities maintenance more time to make the fix, as opposed to saying, oh my god, we need this immediately, hurry up, fix this electrical system, you have 24 hours. By doing a cardboard cell, you can say, hey, you guys have a week or two. You know, everyone's busy in manufacturing. The more time you can give someone, the better, typically. Another benefit is work instructions or operation standards. They can be drafted earlier. And I was a process engineer, so I've created hundreds of these. And I will say, having someone come to me earlier was great. Even if the cell wasn't ready and I couldn't get a lot of my documentation, I could still create the number of the document in our system, prepare for it, and kind of get a rough outline of it prepared. Then when the actual cell was in place, I could finalize it. And there were times I would have questions as well that would help them change the layout of the cell. So again, this all just ties into fixing your problems earlier to save money. The final other benefit I'm going to discuss is having a cardboard cell helps make the transition into complex cell planning easier because you already do a lot of your initial planning. Some of your layouts are initially constructed. So then when you're going to make the cell more complex or upgraded, you have a lot of that planning in place already. And if it's a really complex cell to begin with, this really smooths the process. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you now understand the value of implementing cardboard cells, how it can be done cheaply and effectively, and why you would want to do it. Really, it's going to help save you money, so I highly recommend it. If you like this video, please subscribe. As beginning engineers, I'm going to try to do a few of these a week in the summer of 2016. Have a great day.